Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about scripting today, scripting and functions. This video will strictly be scripting. So I made a plot before I started the video, and I want to show how to convert that to a script. Go to the command history, select the three lines, the commands. So if you're doing some work and you say, well, I'm going to be doing this work over and over and over again, I want to turn it into a script so I don't have to type all this stuff again. And so you select it in the command history, right click, and create script. There we go. Now we can save the script. Save it, give it a name, and now we've got the script created. As you can see, the way I created the script, it's just as if you ran those sequence of lines from the command line, as if you typed them all out. It's like that. This orange thing means it gives you a warning. It says, if I don't use a semicolon, I'm going to see it output. It's going to display like this is showing. So if I don't want to show it over and over again, just terminate your line with a semicolon. Now, to run the script, you just go up there and type and hit the save and run. Boom, there it goes. This won't work with functions, by the way. And we don't, now I've run the script. I don't see anything in the command window. Unlike here, when I execute from the command window, I see all this reflected, but I don't see anything here. We go back to the plot. You know, that might be the same old plot. We can just make sure. I'll put in a marker code that we're doing something different. Let's see. I just want open circles and red line. There we go. So I'll just rerun the script. So now my plot has a little different formatting. Okay, so we can do that in scripts. So we don't have to go in and edit the plot all the time. Remember how we can edit the plot by going to the property editor and adding titles and labels and all that stuff. But we can do it from the script. If we're doing the same thing all the time, we can do it from the script. We could add the titles. Okay, so we can add a title, X label. What are we going to call this? This is time. Oops. Oh yeah, I can do that. Okay, so now we've got several things. I don't want to type this over and over again. I just want to enter new data every time. So I'm going to save and run, go back to the plot. It adds the titles and labels. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, I don't want to change the data in the script all the time. I want to be able to run something from the command line like this and input the data on my own. That's called the input statement. I'm going to do this. Now, Oops. The enter the time, vector of times, and then B equals okay. So now I'm the user. Somebody at a keyboard is going to enter this data. It's not going to be in the script anymore. I'm going to comment out the variable definitions here. So I can enter new variables, say. I can enter new data. I can enter different data instead of this data all the time. So I'm going to run it. There we go. And enter vector of times, bracket. I'm going to go 11 to 20. Oops, I need to use a colon, not a dash. And I'll use B, the same B that I had before. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to get a new plot. It's over here. Now it looks like this. Notice it starts at 11. That's the one thing I changed. Okay. I don't like I want a question mark rather than, or a colon. A colon makes more sense. I'm not asking a question. I'm asking for user input. So you can enter data at the command line. Now, there's one other thing that would be good to know. That's called a display statement. So this is what the script does. I'm just going to tell them what it does. And I'm going to put, you'll notice I get a little repetitious here. I'm going to suppress the output. Get rid of that little warning sign. Now, these scripts required numbers. This requires text. Oops. That doesn't require text. It's just a display statement. It just displays whatever text you give it. There is another way to do a script. If you're expecting letters to be input here, then you use a code. You use that little S in quotations, S for string, to tell it that you're getting text data. You're not getting numerical data. You're getting numerical input here. In this line, you're getting text input. So that's what it's telling me. And then we can use the display statement a second time. And we can put, so the computer can say, hello, Dave. Would you like to play a game of chess? Okay, let's run this guy. There we go. Now, a problem. Ooh, I forgot to end. Take a look. I have mismatched delimiters. I forgot the second square bracket. So let's do it. Second square bracket, go. This is how you join strings together. Strings are a string of characters. Well, here we have a vector of characters. This is a vector. This is composed of HELLO space JIM. Now it's JIM, includes JIM. Okay, now there's one more last thing I want to show about scripts before I end it. This is about all you really need to know about scripts. There's a lot of fine tuning you can look up in the book or at other places. But this is the real basics you really need to know. That's all you really, this is all the stuff you really need to know. Double percent. We've already showed commenting out. A programmer might say, okay, I'm going to write new code to do this function, but I'm to do this work. But I might want to come back to my old code. So they comment it out. They don't just throw it away altogether. That way, when they want to put it back in, they just get rid of the comment. This helps us to debug. So we're still in the script. So I have to give it vectors for time. Put it back to 1 to 10. Got to let the old script finish before I run a new script. There we go. Bacteria concentration. There we go. There. It finished. Now, I'm going to go here. I can do run in advance. So I enter my name, hit return, and it's stuck. It's stuck. That's where you have to do the run in advance now. Okay. Enter vector for times. I think I have them here. There we go. And then there we go. And so we can get the plot. Go to the plot. It just plotted. This lets you check out your script a little bit at a time. You can check out this portion. Is this working okay? And then using the run in advance, is this portion okay? That's called debugging. Let's see. There's another debugging that we did right here. An error was thrown. It told me where it was. I forgot this square bracket. So line 3, column 24. And it told me what the error was. So that's called debugging. Let's see, is there like anything else I want to say before we leave? That's it on scripts. That's it. You really need to know. There's a lot of fine tuning you can do. But this is all the stuff you really need to know about doing a script. Last thing, I remember my last thing. The variables you define in the script show up over here. The variables you define in a function do not show up over in the workspace. So now, next step, we're going to move on to functions. Going to end this here. One video on scripts.